Okay, then let's talk about your 20s, right? Now, I've recently just turned 30. I know I don't look it. I know I still look 21, you know. Apart from the hairline, everything else still looks young. Maybe not quite 21. But I've recently turned 30, and since then, I've been reflecting on my 20s a bit. And I've previously given myself a hard time and said, even gone as far as saying that, you know, I've failed my 20s or I wasted my 20s, because when I reached my late 20s, I started feeling like I'm not where I want to be. And I started looking back thinking, oh my God, I wasted so much time messing around. Now, I've turned 30 and I'm in a position where, you know, I want to get to the next level. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm heading in the right direction and it feels good. And I'm not so obsessed with reaching a certain destination by a particular age. I've kind of let that go. Now I can reflect on my 20s, and you might be a bit surprised with the advice I'd give. Now, first of all, I'm not going to give you the obvious shit that I don't really believe, the things that's easy to say. So focus on your money throughout your whole 20s and don't do nothing else. Don't date girls, don't go out for a drink, don't go clubbing, don't waste your time playing the PlayStation, don't spend too much time with friends that ain't thinking about money. I can just make it about money, because by the time I was in my late 20s, I didn't have any. So it would be easy for me to say, yeah, I should have focused on money. Realistically, you should experience as much as possible in your 20s. I can't think of nothing worse than me spending my whole 20s locked in my bedroom, isolating myself, trying to make money online. And then by the time I reach 30, I've got no experience with girls, I've got no friends, I've got no experiences, I haven't had an alcoholic drink, haven't done anything, I'm socially awkward. What's the point? You have all this money, but by the time you've reached an adult age, a seasoned age, you've got no experiences with anything. So the first thing I'll say is everything's okay in moderation. And that's pretty much all of the advice. Everything's okay in moderation. Make sure you're focusing on money, and there should be a time period within your day where you're focusing on making that money, focusing on business, focusing on learning the skill. Still socialise with friends. Go out and have a little drink and let loose, once every month, once every 6 weeks. Don't do it every week like I did. Make sure you go to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym and bang weights, do some other type of fitness. Go do the boxing, go do something, swimming, sports, anything, right? You don't have to be the gym. I'm seeing too many skinny guys on the stream telling everyone to go gym and do sit-ups. Do press-ups and push-ups when, you know, they look like they've never been in the gym in their life. Just do something that's active. You don't have to be banging weights in the gym. Leave that to me. Date, experience women, learn how to speak to women. You don't want to get to 30 and then be a grown man and be like, oh, I like this girl. What should I say to her? How do I text? All this type of shit. Because I see it now with people that are focused on money and then they've reached a seasoned age and they can't even do basic stuff. I get the messages all the time, right? Interact with people. Experience things. At the age I'm at now, there's nothing better than being amongst friends and just reflecting on my 20s. All those memories I've got, all those laughs, all that heartache, heartbreak, all that type of stuff that I went through in my 20s that I can look back and reflect on, all those lessons, all that wisdom that I soaked up, and I was broke the whole time. I can't remember how much I had in my bank account during those standout memories, right? It didn't matter. So at the point I'm at now where, you know, I'm not rich, but I've got a nice amount of money, I still look back then and think, oh, my 20s were good. I just didn't have a lot of money. If I added that in, right? If I didn't just go out every weekend and just went out every month, I would have been in a better position and I would have been where I am now a lot sooner. But I think getting where I am now is the perfect time. My 20s were fine, right? You don't want to isolate yourself, lock yourself in your room, focusing on money, focusing on all this shit. By the time you get to a seasoned age, you can't do nothing, and your social anxiety is to the point where you can't even order a fucking Subway sandwich. You're going to be that guy that walks in Subway, can I get a steak and cheese, please? What was that? A ham and cheese? Yeah, ham and cheese. You don't want to be one of them guys, right? The restaurant brings you the wrong food and you don't even correct them. I've seen grown men like that, right? Because they ain't got enough experiences in their 20s. Everything's okay in moderation. Don't have your first alcoholic drink at 30. I spent my 20s just making money, so you have your first alcoholic drink at 30. Don't be that guy. Experience it. Everything's good in moderation. If you want to play your PlayStation and just play it on the weekends. Everything's fine. Nothing's as, you know, trust me, there's no one way to do things. There's no one right way to spend your 20s. You have to experience things. Everything's okay in moderation. Just don't fuck up. Leave enough room for the dating, leave enough room for your money, leave enough room for your fitness. You can do all of that because you're young enough and you got enough energy to juggle all of it. Don't wait till you're 30 to start trying to figure out women or trying to start, going to the gym or trying to find friends at 30. It's just, come on. 20s, everything good in moderation. Experience is key. You can't learn, I ain't even going to go into the rant, but all these podcasts and all these books, and you think like you're skipping the steps. I don't need to experience it because I can just watch this podcast. I don't need to experience it because I can just read this book. The experienced guy is going to run laps around you every single time. Get your experience. Everything's okay in moderation. Peace.